Welcome to Media Gumbo. Today we're going to count down our top 10 action movies on Netflix with a twist. This edition will feature action movies with mercenaries. As usual, we'll give a brief synopsis on why we suggest a particular movie based on audience ratings and our brief critical review. Also, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell for a dose of content about top movies on Media Gumbo every week. Without further ado, let's get to what you came for.
I will destroy this tunnel and everyone in it.
Number 7, SAS Red Notice, aka Rise of the Black Swan. A group of mercenaries named Black Swan is hired by British Special Forces to clear a remote village for a company's pipeline. When the village doesn't comply, Black Swan massacres them. After being deemed war criminals, they hold hundreds of people hostage on a train channel unless their demands are met, and it's up to one man to make sure his love interest and the passengers make it out alive. A bit overlong and synonymous with other action films, SAS passes as an action film that ticks all the boxes for action junkies. If you're in need for messy character behavior and basic action movie tropes, look no further than this film, currently on Netflix.
Any man here that wants to walk away can do so knowing they're the best of us.
Number 6, Triple Frontier. Former Special Forces operatives reunite to plan a heist in a sparsely populated multi-border zone of South America. What they find is that through greed and some technical issues, the heist doesn't go as planned, and they must go through many obstacles to make it back home. Stop me if you've seen this one before, but this is an action film that has many twists and turns, and about as good as a crime thriller as it is a mercenary action movie. If you're looking for militarized type action with top talent such as Ben Affleck, Oscar Isaac, and Charlie Hunnam, check out Triple Frontier right now on Netflix.
Who are you? You can call me Andy.
Number 5, The Old Guard. A group of mercenary immortals with the ability to self-heal discover someone is onto their secret, and they must fight to protect that secrecy and their freedom. On paper, this movie would remind you of a 90s sci-fi B-movie, but in actuality, The Old Guard brings a bit of freshness to the mercenary action subgenre. At times, the storyline seems familiar, but with varied, nuanced characters and great fighting scenes, The Old Guard has fans and action junkies begging for a sequel due out later this year. Before then, Charlize Theron and Chiwetel Ejiofor star in this fight for the Immortal Group's protection and can be seen right now on Netflix.
You hurt?
I mean, my ego's a little bruised.
Number 4, The Gray Man. When the CIA's top asset starts to uncover agency secrets, he disbands from the organization and triggers a global manhunt by assassins hired by his ex-colleague to find and terminate him. There's one particular assassin in this cat and mouse game that gives him a run for his money. Not every movie needs dramatics and intellectual thoughts critics crave, and The Gray Man is just that. It's pure action without the love story and wound-up twist, and instead brings pure action scenes with astounding cinematography and fast-paced action like you'd find in a Fast and Furious movie. In fact, it's just fun. Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans star in this action-packed mercenary manhunt, currently on the Netflix platform. Number 3, Extraction. Chris Hemsworth plays Tyler Rake, a black market mercenary that's hired to rescue the son of an in-prison international crime lord who's been kidnapped. But in the criminal underworld of weapons dealers and drug traffickers, Tyler has to take on what seems to be the impossible. Just like The Gray Man, Extraction is another one of those movies that gets to the point without a huge backstory and understudy. It's reminiscent of a pure 80s and 90s adrenaline-type movie like the original Aliens or Rambo. Another fun movie with heart-pounding action if you need to get away from the reality of all the social craziness of today. If that's what you're in need of, check out Extraction right now and catch Part 2 due out later this year. Number 2, Bullet Train. Brad Pitt plays Ladybug, an unlucky assassin who's determined to do his job peacefully after one too many gigs have gone left. His unlucky streak, however, looks to continue as his latest mission puts him head-to-head with lethal adversaries from around the world, all with tangled yet conflicting missions on the world's fastest train. For my action junkies that need the more witty dialogue and creative violence, Bullet Train takes the cake. Brad Pitt takes us on a funny and clever thrill ride through some non-parallel stories that seem to come together toward the end. If you're into a Grindhouse Tarantino type of feel with some much-needed laughter, Bullet Train is available for you to watch right now. Honorable mentions: Red Notice, The Last Mercenary, Interceptor,
Take the bloody shot.
Number 1, Skyfall. James Bond, played by Daniel Craig, has an assignment that goes terribly wrong in this installment of the Bond franchise. It leads to an unfortunate turn of events where undercover agents around the globe become revealed and MI6 is attacked and compromised. With MI6 now exposed, only one man can be trusted. Aided only by a field agent played by Naomi Harris, Bond goes deep cover and follows a trail to a man from MI6's past who wants to settle an old score. In any gun-for-hire / mercenary movie, you can always count on Bond to be in the top 3. For us, this Bond movie is in the top 1, currently on Netflix. With beautiful aesthetics, eye-popping cinematography, and as always, an amazing soundtrack, we'd be crazy not to add Skyfall in the top of this particular category. Of course, we recommend seeing Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace prior to and after Skyfall, watching Spectre and No Time to Die. You can catch the Vesper Martini drinking assassin right now on Netflix. What are some of your favorite mercenary action movies? Suggest some good ones in the comments. Also, don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell for more Media Gumbo content every week.